intelligence actually begin?
Iraq was an overwhelming systemic failure of the Central Intelligence Agency. Until this is taken on board and people and organizations are held responsible for this failure, I have real difficulty seeing how a national intelligence director can correct these failings. Indeed, I would argue that unless the newly appointed Director of Central Intelligence takes on as his first responsibility correcting the obvious failures that you have so thoroughly documented, that the National Intelligence Director has no hope of success.
Past 57 years, despite the great efforts of this committee and more than 40 different studies of the intelligence community recommending reform, no president and no Congress has succeeded in overhauling our intelligence system. History's lesson is to make the most of reform opportunities when they arise, because they do not arise often and they do not last long. We have one of those rare windows of opportunity now. And if the past is any guide, there will not be another chance for a generation. These realities mean that reforms should be sweeping because they will be lasting.
Into these very difficult issues. So today we welcome Dr. Amy Zegart, Dr. David Kay, and General Charles Boyd. All have extensive background in national security and intelligence issues. All bring different...
Failure of the CIA in Iraq was so persuasive and indicative of large-scale failures in analytical and collection tradecraft that it is a full-time job repairing that agency, and it must be a priority. It is the crown analytical jewel of our system. So I actually think that right now, for better or for worse, as agnostic as I am, that in fact we need to create an NID.
Senator Hagel.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. I wish to also thank our three witnesses for...
We are in a window of opportunity that should not be squandered. Rarely does the President and the entire Congress focus on a single issue with such intensity. If the elected officials of the executive and legislative branches of government are once again unable to change the bureaucracies that they manage and oversee respectively, we have done a grave disservice to the people who bestowed this high honor upon us.